What up, guys? Kevin here. Companion. I saw Companion with my companion. I loved it. I think she loved it too. She was having a good time. The only bad time about it was the movie theater was leaking. It was raining. There was like a leak and it was making a loud kind of like thud on the ceiling. And I looked up, it's like right above our heads. I'm like, yeah, we need to change seats before the roof collapses on us. But other than that, Companion was great. I'd never been so excited to do a review for a movie. And right now, I'm just going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I'm not going to say anything about the movie right now. I will spoil it here in a second. But if you don't want to be spoiled, like the less you know about this movie going in, I think the more fun you have. Because I had a lot of fun just not knowing where this movie would go. I thought this movie was one genre, but it was actually another genre that kind of turned into another genre. It was a blast. And a short movie, too. I think it's like less than 100 minutes. So I recommend 9.5 out of 10 from me, but I got to talk about it. All right. All right. Now I'm going to probably spoil it quite a bit. So you've been warned. So this is probably a review for people who enjoyed the movie, want to see what other people thought. But yeah, I love Companion. I loved it. So stars Sophia Thatcher, I think's her name. I never seen her in anything or heard from her. Cute little girl. Jack Quaid, who I think is it Dennis Quaid, Randy Quaid's son. So they're good. The cast is pretty good. I mean, this isn't like an Oscar type movie. Maybe Sophia Thatcher, she was really good. But yeah, it was a absolute just fun romp, like a fun B movie or C movie. But yeah, so the movie starts with Iris here, played by Sophia Thatcher, and Jack Quaid's character Josh. They meet in a grocery store, and they meet. I'm like, oh, this is like a Notebook. This is okay. This is a love story. This is a rom com. Just that awkward. He grabs an orange, the orange display falls down. All the oranges fall everywhere, and they have that awkward. And then they fall in love, and they are heading to a friend's party out in the woods, a cabin in the woods, which as this is probably the most fun. I don't know where this movie is going since I've watched Cabin in the Woods. But it's not a cabin, it's a mansion. It's a rich dude. Their friend Sergio is having a party, having friends over, and they're heading to the woods. And she's nervous because it's a social situation. And Josh tells her that, yeah, Cat probably doesn't like you, but that's just Cat being Cat. But yeah, they arrive. It's Iris, Josh, two gay dudes, Kat, and Sergio. Sergio has a wife, but Kat is his side piece, and they're just gonna hang out and party. And it reminded me of that Vince Vaughn movie where they go, that rom com where they go on an island somewhere, they play like Guitar Hero or something. I'm like, okay, all right. And I'm watching, I'm thinking, like, am I take my girlfriend to see some cheesy rom com movie? But no, it's not that. And I think the great thing about this movie is it goes from, oh, this is a cheesy rom com to fucking Terminator. This is Terminator 5, 6, 8, whatever Terminator they're on. Like it turned into a Terminator movie towards the end. But yeah, so what happens, again, spoiling the crap out of it. Again, I don't know what's going on. Like they're treating Iris a little bit weird, a little bit off, and she's acting a little bit off. Like she's going in the shower and coming out of the shower with her makeup still on. I'm like, what's this about? We find out that Josh is banging a sex robot. That's what Iris is, a sex robot, a companion. And Josh struggles from just being lonely and just angry at the man and angry at people like Sergio, who has a lot of money. And they're going to get back at Sergio for having a lot of money. So a few scenes later, Iris is down at the beach. This is the following day. And then Sergio comes down and she feels uncomfortable about it. So she goes back up. And Sergio is just one of those guys, just slimy, horny hornball. And he's like, no, I need some suntan lotion on my back and shoulders. Can you do that for me? And she's like, okay. And then Of course, he starts making a move, really making a move. And yeah, to the point where she just ends up murdering him. Now, again, she is a sex doll, a companion, and she's programmed not to do any of this, not to murder, not to do anything, not even to lie. So, why does she do it? She, again, is a robot. Turns out she was modded, she was jailbroken. And I'm like, you can jailbreak a sex doll. That's the world we live in. And by doing that, Josh upped her aggressiveness, and I think a few other things that would allow her to murder him because they're actually robbing him. So it went from like, oh, this poor dude, this is, a tale on just society and just lonely men not being able to get any. So they have to turn to sex dolls to a heist movie. And it turns out everyone is in on it and they're going to split it up. Except Iris here, she became a little too sentient and they tie her up because they're creating alibis and everything. Like, all right, well, he got murdered. We're going to call the cops and everyone has their story and can back it up. Yeah, Iris did it. The sex doll did it. Okay, bust her. But, Josh still has feelings for her. I mean, it is true he's a lonely male and she provided a lot for him. So, throughout the movie, you could tell, like, dude, just turn her off. And he can turn her off by saying, Iris, shut down. And then, like, her eyes turn white and then she shuts down. But then she escapes after they tie her down and she's trying to get home. And then Kat, the two gay dudes, and Josh are out to find her and basically take her out before she tells the cops and gets them in trouble. And then it becomes a hunt. They're hunting her down. But she has his phone. And having his phone, she has access to her software. So she makes herself super intelligent. She turns her intelligence to 100%, becomes super smart. And she's like, oh, I know how I'm going to get home. I'm going to go take Josh's car and drive home, the self-driving car. And then there's a scene where she's in the car and she's locked in there and Josh is trying to grab her and she can't start the car because her voice doesn't match Josh's, but she can alter her voice to sound like Josh and she gets away. And then there's another sex robot. Turns out the gay couple, one of them, the one that looks like a robot is actually a robot. And the other gay dude died. He got murdered by Iris here. So Josh reprograms the gay robot to be his gay robot. So it would listen to him and then he ups his aggressiveness to 100% and tells him to go after Iris. So we got like a robot going after a robot and Iris gets stopped by a cop and then the other robot comes and it's just crazy. The movie's just crazy. It just goes places where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? But yeah, they're just in it to rob the Sergio, because they thought he was a Russian mafia, but it turns out he was just selling, I don't know, like plants or some shit, farmer, whatever. So Josh is like, oh, he's not a bad guy, but screw it, it's $12 million. And it just goes from there. It just goes from there, and there's a lot of people getting murdered. The last murder scene is very, very fun. I'm like, oh, how is this person gonna die? And I'll just say this: opening wine. It's funny because me and my girlfriend, we had wine before the movie, before we went out, and I was struggling opening the wine bottle. I'm like, damn, I can't get this wine open. I wish I had a better wine opener. And I did not know that was going to play a huge part in this movie, the wine opener. But it's a lot of fun. It is so much fun. Just seeing you're rooting for the robots. It really went from like, oh man, I feel bad for this guy to like, oh, the robots are really bad to, oh yeah, go robots. Maybe one. The other one, maybe not so much, but they're companions. They're there to love, and they got jailbroken to do some fuck shit, and that's what happens. And they got to deal with the repercussions. And it was just a blast to watch. I just can't recommend it enough. Especially when movies come out this time of year, not so great. This one was fun, absolutely fun. I think it's probably coming to streaming soon, so I recommend checking it out. But yeah, that's Companion. 2 thumbs up, 9.5 out of 10, 95 out of 100, whatever that is. Go see it. But all right, that's enough of me gushing about the movie. I will talk to you guys later. Later.